You feel it, don't you? That nagging sense that you're only using a fraction of your real power. You get flashes of who you could be, the person you were meant to become, but there's always this fog of doubt that holds you back. This gap, the one between the life you have and the life you know you could be living, is frustrating. It's what quietly kills our dreams and steals our ambition. But what if I told you that reaching your potential isn't about some magic talent you either have or you don't? What if it's a skill, a system you can actually learn? In this audiobook, we're going to walk through the real strategies and mindset shifts you need to master that skill and become the person you know you can be. We're about to pull back the curtain on the myths that have held you back and hand you the keys to your best self. The journey starts right now. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Audiobooks for Success so you never miss life-changing wisdom that can push you closer to the person you're meant to be. For generations, we've been told a convenient story that success is for the talented. We look at people at the top of their game and call them naturals or gifted, as if they were just born with an unfair advantage. But this belief is one of the biggest roadblocks to our own growth. Researcher Adam Grant's work shows that your potential isn't some fixed trait you're born with. It's about the distance you're able to grow. Success isn't about where you start, it's about how far you're willing to go. The truth is, what we often think is talent is really just hard work, serious persistence, and being in the right place at the right time. The biggest predictor of long-term success isn't your IQ, but your character. Things like grit, curiosity, resilience, and emotional intelligence are so much more valuable than raw brain power. And the best part? These aren't fixed, they're skills. They are muscles you can train and build up with a little effort. So the first step is to change the question you ask yourself. Stop asking, "Am I talented enough?" and start asking, "Am I willing to do the work?" The second you shift your focus from proving you have talent to improving your skills, you change the entire game. Your potential isn't a lottery ticket, it's a landscape waiting for you to explore. Your character is the compass, and your effort is the engine. There's a funny paradox when it comes to learning. To get truly comfortable with a skill, you first have to be uncomfortable practicing it. Our brains are wired to avoid that feeling and stick to what we know, and that's a trap that keeps us stuck. We wait until we feel ready. We hesitate, we plan, we research, all while waiting for the perfect time to start. But readiness is a myth. Growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens the moment you step outside of that zone. This is all about starting before you feel ready. It's about embracing the awkward, clumsy, and uncertain feeling of being a beginner again. To speed up your learning, you have to be brave enough to use new knowledge as you get it, not after you think you've perfected it. Think about learning to swim. You can read every book and watch every video, but you'll never learn until you jump in the water and feel that initial shock of the cold.
Your action here is simple, but it's powerful. Pick one thing you've been putting off because you don't feel ready. It could be a tough conversation, a new project, or learning a skill. Now, just take the smallest possible first step. Don't even worry about the result. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is to intentionally put yourself in that discomfort zone. Every time you do this, you're not just learning something new. You're building resilience and teaching your brain that you can handle a challenge. When we want to get better at something, we usually ask for the wrong thing. Feedback. We show someone our work and ask, "So, what do you think?" hoping they'll tell us it's great. But the fastest learners don't just ask for feedback, they ask for advice. They act like a sponge, soaking up knowledge, perspectives, and strategies from other people. That tiny shift in how you ask, from "how did I do" to "how do you do it," changes everything. It takes the focus off of judgment and puts it squarely on learning. Adam Grant calls this developing your absorptive capacity. your ability to constantly learn and adapt. It takes a little humility and an open mind. A great way to think about it is to argue as if you're right, but listen as if you're wrong. Surround yourself with people who won't just pat you on the back, but who will actually challenge you and give you honest, constructive criticism. A great way to do this is to find mentors and role models. These are people who have already done what you're trying to do. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for their guidance. And be specific. Instead of asking for vague feedback, ask about their process, their struggles, and the biggest lessons they learned. Your goal is to understand how their success works, not just to get an opinion on your work. By soaking up their wisdom, you can skip a lot of common mistakes and speed up your own progress. Perfectionism is the enemy of getting anything done. It's that little voice that whispers, if you can't do it perfectly, don't do it at all. This fear of failing keeps us from taking risks or trying new things, which is exactly what we need to do to grow. Perfectionists get bogged down in details that don't matter. They lose sight of the bigger picture, and they're often so hard on themselves after a mistake that they don't learn anything from it. The way out of this trap is to choose progress over perfection. This means celebrating the small wins, focusing on the process instead of just the final result, and seeing mistakes not as failures but as data. They're just pieces of information on your path to getting better. It's a shift from trying to be flawless to just trying to be better than you were yesterday. To build this mindset, try practicing what's called deliberate play. This just means experimenting with a skill in a low-stakes setting where the goal is to explore and learn, not to perform. If you're learning a new language, try having a messy conversation without worrying about perfect grammar. If you're working on a business idea, make a rough version instead of waiting for a perfect plan. This playful approach takes the pressure off and frees you up to be more creative, which makes learning feel a lot less like a chore. Remember, setbacks aren't a sign of weakness. They're a normal part of growth that helps you become more resilient.
The story of the Raging Rooks, a chess team from a school in Harlem, shows this perfectly. These kids, who came from tough backgrounds, went on to win national championships. They didn't do it because they were born chess prodigies. They did it because they were part of a system that nurtured their character and gave them mentorship and support. Their story shows that with the right environment, anyone's hidden potential can come to light. Your job is to build your own support system. You need to recruit your team. Look for people in your life who challenge you, inspire you, and believe in you. This network should have mentors to guide you, peers to collaborate with, and even people you can mentor yourself, because teaching is one of the best ways to learn. Surround yourself with different ways of thinking, because working with people who see the world differently can open up doors you'd miss on your own. Ask yourself, who's in my corner? And just as important, whose corner am I in? The journey to reach your potential can feel huge and confusing without a map. For a clear path, we can look at the 3 Gates framework from mindset coach Sindhu Sribhavan. This framework gives you a roadmap to reinvent yourself by focusing on different skills at different stages of your life. The first is the personal gate. This is your foundation. It's all about mastering yourself through self-awareness and growing your personal skills. This is where you do the inner work, understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, and what really motivates you. The second is the people gate. Once you have a strong handle on yourself, the focus shifts to mastering your relationships. This means getting better at communicating, collaborating, and leading other people. As we've learned, success isn't a solo act, and this gate is about building the bridges that connect you to others. The third is the universal gate. This last gate is about mastering your impact on the world. It involves leading change, adapting to big challenges, and contributing to something larger than yourself. This is where you take all that potential you've developed and use it to make a real difference. This framework gives you a structured way to think about your growth. Ask yourself, which gate needs your attention right now? Are you in a place where you need to focus on yourself, on your relationships, or on your impact? By figuring out where you are, you can create a real actionable plan to keep growing, no matter what challenges come your way. We started this journey with that feeling of being stuck, of knowing there was more inside of you. Throughout this audiobook, we've broken down the walls that have kept your potential locked away. We learned that your potential isn't about talent, it's about how far you're willing to go. We found out that real growth happens when you step into discomfort, not when you hide from it. We talked about the power of being a sponge, of asking for advice instead of approval. We traded the pressure of perfection for the freedom of progress. We saw that you don't achieve great things alone, but within a team of people who support you. And finally, we were given a map, the 3 gates, to guide us at every stage. The power to do amazing things isn't hiding in some undiscovered talent. It's been in you this whole time, in your character, your resilience, and your desire to learn. The ideas you've just heard aren't just concepts, they're tools. But tools don't work unless you pick them up and use them. Your potential isn't a finish line, it's an ever-expanding horizon. The journey to reach it doesn't end here. It begins again every single day with the choices you make. Start today. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to Audiobooks for Success. More powerful audiobooks are waiting for you on this channel, designed to fuel your growth, unlock your potential, and guide you toward greatness. Thanks for listening.